back to Every Other Carl. I'm Carl, and I'm doing a pretty wild adventure. I'm at a place called Granite Hot Springs. I'm not at Hot Springs yet. It's currently -2 degrees Fahrenheit and snowing. And the only way to get to these hot springs is a 9.5 mile trek on either a snowmobile, dog sled, cross-country skis, or fat bike. I rented myself a fat tire bike and I'm making this trek. Let's see how it goes. All right, I'm about 3 miles in. Finally hit the first hill that was a little bit too much for me to pedal all the way up. This bike is performing great. So I wore several different layers. Took off my outer shell already, just getting too hot. I have a few different alternatives in there just in case some of my clothes get too wet from sweat. I can switch them out. But so far so good. The scenery is spectacular, of course. 3 miles in, about 6 to go. Let's get on with it. All right, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. I'm almost there. I made it.
I'm gonna stay in until.
All right, I finally made it to the pool. This pool was so awesome. It gets to 112 degrees in the wintertime. Apparently it's hotter in the wintertime, cooler in the summer. It's 93 degrees in the summer. The pool was built in 1933 and it's at about 6,900 feet of elevation. I only know that because I read the sign. I just finished with it. It was so beautiful and it wasn't that crowded. There was just a couple of groups of snowmobilers. And everybody was pretty nice and polite. Just bring your towel and your bathing suit and it's $8 to get in. Now I'm just downstream from the pool a little bit. There's this beautiful waterfall. Super scenic area. And I'm gonna bike on out. So it's very helpful to find flat, compacted snow. It's much easier to ride in that than snowmobile tracks. All right, it's been an hour and I'm almost back. I think I have another mile and a half to go. Oh man, it's way colder on the way back. Just because it's mostly downhill. So that means you got a lot of wind coming at you. So I put on the shell here, that helped. Yeah, it's faster, but it's colder. Still pretty, still got some sunlight, and I just saw this pretty cool whirlpool down in the river there. There it is, the promised land. We made it. Oh, I made it. That was so worth it. Man, honestly, beautiful, beautiful ride. 9.5 miles to the hot spring and 9.5 back. I did it right before the sun went down, so that's good. Started at about 12:30 and it is now 4:52. One thing I will say is there was plenty of snowmobilers. It wasn't like I was riding out 9.5 miles into the middle of nowhere with nobody around. That would have been a little bit more nerve-wracking, but I'd say about like 10 or 15 minutes, a group of snowmobiles would come through, or a dog sled or something like that. So it was a great ride. Definitely happy that I had different layers of clothing. Also, I had a couple bottles of water. That was important. Some sunblock. The ski goggles really helped. And a good attitude. Another benefit of today, even though it was super cold, it's -2 or -4 degrees Fahrenheit. That keeps the snow, really solid. So I can't imagine doing this in warmer weather with like squishy snow without a snowmobile. The bike wouldn't handle it. In any case, it was a great trip. Granite Hot Springs. I highly recommend it. Come check it out. Until next time, I'm every other Carl. Please like, comment, and subscribe. My lips are frozen, so I'll see you in the next one.